Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, world. I'm Ismail Abaya. I'm here in the Philippines. And today, welcome to Usapang Halal. And I have my co-host, a halal advocate, direct from Sabah, Malaysia. Let's welcome my partner, brother Fakhir. Good morning. Assalamualaikum, brother.
Waalaikumsalam. Good morning.
Yeah.
So how are you?
I'm fine. How about you?
I'm fine too. But now, currently in our country, Malaysia, we have MCO again in 2021. It's until
What do you mean by that?
the
Lockdown?
MCO is lockdown. MC.
Lockdown.
Yeah. So it's only 10 kilometer only we can go
Oh.
around. So
Oh,
practical.
limitation of the
Yes.
the movement. Oh.
Yeah, there's movement control, and then just today I'm live in my house only for today.
No, very
Yeah,
sad.
it's okay.
Yeah. How about the business? The business in Malaysia because of that lockdown. Is it
They
affected by
allow
the lockdown?
for the essential services is still continue for food supply
Uh-huh.
something is no problem. We still supply, but according to the requirement, we need to follow all the SOP.
Oh, okay.
So,
Here in the Philippines, we do online selling, online sellers, and online deliveries, di ba?
yeah.
Oh yeah. But before that, I know you have a very good topic, very timely, because in the Philippines we don't have that kind of that you were going to discuss, ano?
Mm.
And let's welcome first because we need somebody that will ask question for the one of the halal advocate and the president of the Manila Ka-Entrep Micro Entrepreneur, the President. Let's welcome and good morning, Aida Enriquez.
Hello. Good morning. Good morning, world. Good morning,
Morning.
Al.
Hi, morning.
Yeah.
So,
Mabuhay.
Buhay.
Mabuhay, I mean, how are you? I mean,
Yeah.
We are good
good. Oh, okay.
and we are on semi-lockdown now. Not just like you. Even
Mm.
if we already have the B11.7 variant of the COVID-19. We already
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
have that.
Mhm.
11.
It's a big
Mhm.
problem, really. But we don't have to have that kind of lockdown yet.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Before everything else, I would like to ask you something and then tell me if it is a stupid question. Huh?
It's okay.
Yes, because there are several vaccines now in the market.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I heard that the Sinovac
But
was just given halal accreditation.
Mm-hmm.
What does it mean?
I think for this is quite, it's a good news for us because this vaccine is still under development by many company. So I think for this halal is still is requirement because this vaccine is inject to your to our body. So that means it's
Correct.
relate to for Muslim they need this halal vaccines for them. But I think since this is a new start from everybody, for Malaysian also, I think they need this for actually for Muslim. So that's why our government also uh, require the company to check what is the status of this vaccine, and we want to know before we implement to all people in Malaysia. I think Indonesia already start with their president already do and they are declare halal
Yes.
because
Yes.
there are many kind of vaccines. There are many company. Then I think it's a depend on your government to select which vaccine that you want to 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 bring to your country.
So
But
is it in the procedure
hmm.
that it was accredited as halal?
uh, but so this I think is quite new for me as well. But I think they have it's the same rules. I think to check the ingredient of the vaccine. What is the
I
sources
see.
of this country? So not
It
all.
is
Yes, it's a
it
medical.
is in the material used and the
Uh,
procedure
yeah, the formula. I think there's more for formula. I think the vaccine
in the formula. I see.
is quite very interesting to know about how they develop this. I think many companies uh, still what they have many competitor. That's why they did not declare right now what is the
I
formula of this.
see.
That I
Yeah.
think it's quite. But I think
Yeah,
it's
I'm just very I really just want to know because I was
mm,
talking with my son, and then that is a very big question in the Philippines right now. What
mm,
kind of
no,
vaccine
yes,
we should get
yes,
in terms
Brand.
of
maybe,
efficacy, in
yes,
terms of the price, and in
yeah,
terms
And the
of
brand.
it is
yes.
coming.
I
Yeah.
think everybody asking about this vaccine, is it safe for human or not? I think this
Yes,
that's
yes.
why
And
even
there
when we
is
talk
so
about halal,
much
yeah, yes,
there is so much negativity in the Chinese vaccine, all the two Chinese vaccine. But
mm,
since it was declared halal, it changes the landscape.
mm-hmm,
Yes.
And
Yes.
the latest news about uh, several over 70-year-old elders
mm,
died when they
yeah,
were vaccinated with Pfizer. So I
yeah.
told my son, no, I'm going to get the Chinese one
Because it's
Now,
halal. Because
yeah,
it's halal.
because it is halal.
Safe,
but I think
safe.
it's a more rumors. I think for me, for my opinion, my opinion uh, is a to get the halal one. I think is a proof that halal is belong to our government. I mean, actually, to check everybody to declare on this time, I think it's quite difficult. I think to do this on this time. But I think hopefully our government, also Malaysia, also now they have already confirmed to buy from one company that they are declared halal. I mean, it's a safe for our everybody. I mean, safe mean they are not using the non issue on these ingredients inside the vaccines. Okay.
Okay.
Anything?
Let's
Proceed.
let's proceed with
Yeah.
the main topic. That's only the
I
side
think.
topic.
Yeah. The side topic.
Hey, what's
Okay.
your topic today, brother?
Okay. For today, I think I already declared it's a halal slaughterhouse and how to manage it. And then
Wow,
these are
that's
quite
exciting.
difficult to explain, but hopefully I can explain to all of you about how to set up this halal slaughterhouse, and then
Yeah.
what is the basic, the kind, the basic of this halal slaughterhouse, because everybody know this like a chicken or poultry is mostly is a main contribution in our world food. I mean, in the world, we are using a chicken mostly, not only in I think Malaysia, Philippines, and everybody want to eat. And then this slaughterhouse is a main, I think, to contribute or this halal chicken to Muslim. And then what I want to talk about this is what is the requirement to build up a slaughterhouse for halal. And then I think hopefully today I using use a new internet that hopefully I can share this to all of you
Okay.
using WhatsApp. Okay, so this is I think from this. Okay, okay. Alhamdulillah, we can share this. But
Wow,
sorry
great.
to say, this is mostly in Malay. But I think to have this slaughterhouse before that, I think for halal, of course, the main is you have to hire is a Muslim, at least one is to do the process, the slaughtering process, and second is as a checker, Muslim. That's a must be a Muslim because this is a requirement and cannot be others people any religions because this is a requirement. And then one thing that is uh, the rule that they have I mean, write down in the manual books that because this even Muslim they have a skill and a competence to do this process. Even me as a Muslim, so I also learn how to do this process. Uh, it's a proper process because this happening. So to do this, I think because I put this uh, I mean a picture to show you what is the mainly that we have to do when we want to slaughter the animal. This is a cow, and then the two area that we have to cut is we call is in Arab is hakum is or trachea, I think, and then merit is asparagus. I think so these two of is a must be cut in the that process. Okay, so this is a call, and then I think so. This is one of the the picture show the how that inside the the artery. I mean the area that you have to cut properly. This is one thing. It's very yeah, must do. And then okay, this is about the chicken. This also I think they have same same as others animal. They just have to cut this area, trachea, and also the esophagus is this area. It's a two. It's a it's a must be cut properly because in this process if to drain out the blood from the animal. So okay, this process must be do by using the knife with a sharp I mean because to smoothly to cut this animal without any I mean problem during that process because when you okay this some picture this is a picture that to show the knife is cut from the neck of a lizard chicken. So how that using so how to do this for Muslim of course this animal or this mostly chicken we talk about chicken uh, is for foods for I mean to eat. The purposely is to kill this animal to eat. That means we have to go to the our religion is a Muslim Islam that they have one I have uh, explain after this, but the mostly why we have should hire mean Muslim because they have one rule that we need to before we cut this and then we have to pray. I mean to pray mean we have a like I can say in Arab is Bismillah Allahu Akbar. So that mean the name of Allah is a what is a great. Then so we cut is slightly through. I mean is a follow to kiblat. That is the one important thing also. So that's why if uh, if you hire others people, I think and not competent to do, of course, these are not halal. And also, if you hire also only Muslim, but they are not competent to do, I think it will call subha. That means we know that it's other 50-50 condition. So that's why in this process is a critical to do because we have to hire. So in one thing I call is a man. It's a talking about man, his competency and then the skill. So that's why in Malaysia, in our under Islamic department, we have do a training or some interview for all the people or who want to be as inside the center. It's for Muslim. They have also have to the competency that they check is it they know how to cut it and how the route. So that's why in Malaysia, in Sabah also we have a certification for the chartering member. I mean, they have the guideline and then they have approved that this person can be competent to do this process. So even there's a Muslim, but they have another skill and they have to be checked by our Islamic department also. They have give a certificate to them to verify this person can do this process. So you have to hire this person. And then second is talking about okay, after we know this, I can share you another part of this for animal. Sorry, quite difficult to explain, but I try to do. So another thing is okay. This is what I talk about. Okay, in Malaysia, under our Department of Islamic Development Malaysia, we have already have a Malaysian protocol for the halal meat and poultry production. So that means this process for slaughterhouse, we have a guideline to do even for non-Muslim in Malaysia, like Malaysia have Chinese, Indian, they want to do this business to open up this slaughterhouse and they want to apply the halal. That's why this manual or they have as a guideline to the people to do this halal slaughterhouse. So inside this, I think I'm more focused on what I say, the requirement for this. I check. So okay, this halal system body is I mentioned that in 3.4 Islamic organization and all halal system body appointed by JAKIM. JAKIM is Malaysia Islamic department in the respective country. Okay, non-halal conforming slaughtering is a halal animal slaughtering that not in accordance with Sharia law and this protocol. 3.6 countries means a bird includes domestic pork, duck, chickens, geese, turkey, guinea fowl, and pigeon of any age of sex. 3.7 ruminants and animal that has a stomach which are for complete cavity and that characteristic indicate food from the rumen and masticate it when at rest. And 3.8 standing is this process of rendering animal immobile for unconscious period to their being a sucker of food. I think standing is the one of process that normally the production using to make animal stay and easy to do a suckering process. Okay, the next I think mostly this requirement that for halal settlement, the halal settlement shall that mean a must be a practicing Muslim who is mentally sound, valid, who understand the fundamental rules and conditions related to the shelter of animal in Islam. Second, to be registered, trained, and supervised by halal speaking body and competent to sustain the animal according to Sharia law. And then second, that means they have two. One a supplement. Second is a Muslim halal head checker. That means these are for to verify is this a process complete or not. So even I think this process for the big slaughterhouse, they are second. It's a by second conveyor. I mean, the time, like our time, we call it circle time, is quite fast. I think every second they have to do this. And before we go to the video, I think for Abaya and also Saida, I think what is the difference between the halal slaughterhouse and others? I mean, others is like in European, I can research that what do the halal slaughterhouse different. That means number one is the slaughtering process must be as a manual. It's not cannot be do by robot, something like robot. I mean,
Mm.
then it's a manual and must be by man. A man mean the worker is mostly and competent that I show. This is a requirement
Mm.
must be requirement. And then I think the most important is the next is a checker because once they do a filtering and then the next process to verify by one another one checker is like a quality check. A quality checker. That means they check the condition of certain process. And then if pass, then they go straight. It's not proper. That means not properly cut all the. I think the two main item. It will reject. Reject may mean even this quite costly, but this a reject because the requirement is like this. So I
Mhm.
think for let's say for Muslim or not Muslim in Philippines, if they want to involve in this culture, they have to know this requirement first before you do, and then after this, I will show you some example the process. Even my experience last 2 years when I start this, I think it's quite difficult because it's quite using a money investment. So I do the small one. It's an example. Example mean I want to bring this to the Muslim. I think in my hometown, I mean not hometown, in Sabah right now. Actually, mostly many chicken come from the outside. I mean imported from the other country. So I
Mhm.
checked this many of the even I don't know is it how the process doing in that resource country, but I know that if this chicken is halal, is come from the packaging. Packaging also have a halal logo, but in Sabah they have many imported chicken. They have no halal logo. So this is a kind of problem. So I start this slaughterhouse because I want to help Muslim people, like my friend, and also to get the halal chicken from our factory. So our factory is a very small, and then using a 3 person to do this. One is the starter man, second is like a checker, and then third is to do a process after that to clean up all the birds. I mean the chicken. Okay. Then the process to do this is I show better. I show in hopefully I can check back this. Sorry.
I have a question.
Okay.
Yeah. Um, you said when the chicken or the cow is killed, it has to be clean cut and it has
Mm.
to be manual. Even if the slaughterhouse is already robotized,
Yeah.
but the killing itself must be manual.
Manual mean do it by man lah. Man mean
Yes,
the
yes, by the
trim
butcher.
butcher.
Yes.
Yes.
And then do we have to say a prayer per per chicken or per cow that is going to be killed
So all one by one.
one by one, okay?
One by
And
one.
then how do you dispose of the blood, the reject, the waste and the innards?
How again? Sorry, how dispose?
It is going to contaminate
Mm.
the whole thing if you don't have a good disposal of the blood,
Okay, okay.
the reject, the
Mm.
waste, and the innards, because they are now haram.
Okay. Thank you very much. It's a very good. Okay. Uh, okay. Before we go to that, I think I show this video first. I share and then I can explain your question.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. This is for me is this company is follow the requirement that but they are very good in the manage their process, the process line. Sorry, it's a Malay, but I think we can see the. I mean, I have to. Okay. So now mostly they are using this conveyor style because it's easy to manage the chicken. So dia but I thought it's a halal checker. So after the certain process, the checker will check the condition of this. So you can see how they manage this conveyor and also to drain out the blood without touch this chicken, the body of chicken. So before they go to the boil water or scalding machine process, they take out all the inside the body of chicken like liver, gizzard, and also the others. So how they do is they clean up this bird before they go to the next process using this scalding machine for the it's a boil water, hot water. I think this hot water is normally using for all factory. It's the same. So they are using the packing machine to take out the feather. You see. Okay, maybe. Okay, so I think we stop. Okay, I leave first. Stop screen. Okay, let's go to your question. Is how that is a complementary issue in terms of to dispose this waste. I think that's why even me, I'm doing the small one, but I already start from the zero. I mean, I start. It's about the area is about 20-40 square feet. Is enough to me to manage all the machine, all the how that after we cut the process the drain the plug will go down and then we have the what you call the hose a big hose to flow out this all the T1 to go to the main hole. We call a main hole to the others area. That's why the requirement in our country to build up this structure is very strict. Even me, for the starting, I have to check with our veterinary department what is the layout. First, it's a layout. That means how it's going on from the inside. First, when the chicken come from the farm and how to manage it in the inside the factory. First step is a incoming process. we have to check. For me, number one, we check isn't the chicken already die or not before we go to the next process, and then and then after that we go to the first step that we go before we do the salting process. After the salting process, we go to the next process. Then we are using some basket. We don't want this chicken is put under in the floor because it will touch we contaminated with others. Like example is a dirty because sometimes chicken they have also the we call something they are very quite dirty also because they come from the farm. And then so that's why the flow process I do is very strictly the layout straight to the after Slaughterhouse we go to the next process scalding. And then in the side of scalding we are using the machine. After that water, we have a water. And then the all the we know that the feather that we take out from the chicken, I have a video to check it. We have to separate it. We cannot put back the chicken to the dirty area. We have to manage it. How to manage it, and then we put to the clean basket or container to make sure this chicken clean, and then we use water to wash again, and then to cut some not like a head at like a leg to cut the process. And then after that we put because when you put the chicken inside the boiling water, of course they ask about the water condition. Water condition, that means they are using the same. That's why the process that I show you in the video is they are wash again after the certain process. They wash mean clean up the before you go to the boil water. That means inside the boil water is mostly can use longer than if we don't do the washing process before. So after that we put this process after process chicken in of everything is already clean inside the cold water. We are not don't have a cool room. We put in cold water to make sure the freshness. I think mostly about 0 degree to put in the inside the cold water, and then before we supply to the shop. I think so. This is what we use. We are using mostly a manual, and then what we have to manage is number one is a layout, and then second is a machine that you are using. You always clean every time. And I mean they have a blood, I think, and then inner body. I mean inner part inside. They have also many kind of I mean bacteria, something like that. I think they have focus, and then we put a process also. We separate from wet and also clean, and also process. I mean before and after we have to separate it, and then using some divider. Even we using the border to water supply. I mean cannot go to the cleanest process. They have two kind of in our factory. You have set up. One is a wet, one is a dry. I mean it's a clean one. And then what we do to dispose it, we using rubbish like focus on that, and then we throw out not coming back to the first process. It's a one what we call is a one flow. One flow mean from the step 1, step 2, step 3, and then the waste we go out, not back to bring back, and then so we have we call the special gate for this disposal area. As a disposal area using the special. Then we can remove all and then the good one, the clean chicken that we have put inside the clean container, or we use a big tank, something like, and then put the water, cool water, put the ice to maintain. Because after you 1 or 2 hours, actually the minimum that chicken will be start. Not, I mean, bacteria, something like that. We know that. So that's why after finish all the process, inner part, we cut everything, we put inside the cool water. Cool water mean the ice, and then we can stay there. And if you have a freezer mean maintain we put, because for me I supply the fresh chicken. That's why I go directly to supply to restaurant, supply to also the house by using this delivery system. Okay? So that's why the chicken is a very fast. So that's why our delivery also we put as a fast express. Fast express mean we do fast and then we deliver also fast, the fresh. So our team do this every day without miss any. So okay, maybe some video I think similar. This
Yes, I am wondering what
mm,
you are going to do with the innards. Does it go to the wastewater treatment too, or do you have another window for that so that others
mm,
who are not supposed to be halal eaters
mm,
can buy that? Because here in the Philippines, uh,
mm,
we sell the innards and we sell the feathers, we sell the claws.
mhm,
We almost everything is eaten.
mhm.
So what do we do with that? Uh, Does it go to the waste water treatment? Everything
Okay, to manage
like
this,
the liver, the heart,
mm, mhm.
something like that.
Some part we sell it. Sometimes in Malaysia they have also like inner part also. It's a halal. It's a no problem. It's not only the meat, but they also eat the liver, the heart. That's why we just separate from
Yeah,
the,
separate.
and then the waste one is exactly not using one. We put in the bag and then and go to the this we call this a big disposal area. We put or we send to the area. It's especially for this rubbish. Something like it's a quite it's a special for this. And then for the drain, we go to the manhole. Manhole they have a big tank inside the ground. It's a ground. We managed to do this, and it's normally when the water and the blood go there, it'll be easily to. It's a like a natural one. We have to do this because this one of requirement by our environment departments to do that. And then one thing before I forget, I think for health department they have also require some is you after you do the process, you must have a cool room because to maintain the freshness. Is if you are like a frozen, you make a frozen, must have a cool room. And then second, for environmental, is the area is possible is not quite near to the house. It's a uh, is quite I mean far from the population area, and then also not near to the river because they worry that the everything is a flow and then go to the river. So that's why we have to manage our special we call it a manhole. It's a like the water supply. I mean also one of the requirement because we have to use clean water supply. And then because this our health department have many issue on this because they are using back the water from the dirty area. And then others is for the Slaughterhouse is layout, and then also the lighting also they quite require for the lighting. And others is have to not is an open area but have to close the all the and then you have some pet control, but many requirement I think is not but what we are focusing is right now I think it's a similar. It's a similar to others. But what is different is when I say they must do by Muslim, it's a Sultan and then one checker to do that. They are very competent to do that. And then the process you have to tackle is mostly okay. I think they have question. Is it possible to establish halal slaughterhouse here in the metro? So Ismail Abaya,
Yeah.
I think is
Uh,
it possible?
Actually, in the Philippines, in assuming because like Masalam, Chef Mayumi. Chef Mayumi is our main host in Usapang yung
Yeah.
Halal Chef. She was asking if we can put a slaughterhouse in Metro Manila, meaning the city metropolis. Actually, there
We
are slaughterhouse in every
Yes,
cities.
yes. Per
There's already.
city. Actually, in Manila, we are doing this new slaughterhouse.
Mm. So it's possible. It's possible, yes.
Yes,
But
possible.
all we have to do is to make a section of slaughterhouse that is halal certified. That's the thing. Eh. But here,
Ano?
what Brother Al Fakir is telling us, he has a slaughterhouse inside his small area. Is that so, Brother Fakir? Al?
Yeah.
You have your own slaughterhouse in your store.
Yes, it's behind my store because I want
Uh,
to serve a customer directly. This is an idea when I discussed with our Islamic department personnel. So I mentioned that I want to supply this chicken halal chicken. I mean that people can see our process, how that we do
okay.
something to prove that this process for halal. Even to in my area also, it's difficult to me to apply this halal because one thing I mentioned that in our rules is we need to get a license for slaughterhouse from our district government, I think, what you call. So this must be. So this is a requirement also for our because they don't want it's an illegal business doing this by doing in this process. So that's why to apply this license also they have first I think they want layout. Layout mean your building scale and then what is the process you have to manage and then you bring the machine something like put what is the location that you want to put and then mainly is the how that the you clean up this process by make the what I call manhole. I can say that manhole for me is to this result again. So these are what. Okay, I show you some example. This is an example I share because I think even this declare as a Muslim.
Okay. Chicken
I think
Tagalog.
this. I think I want to stop.
Is that your chicken for sale?
Hopefully, this.
Okay.
Okay, I stop here. Oh, sorry to say. Okay. Okay, what I want to mention in the video is one thing is about the layout first. Second is even these are Muslim. They are Muslim. They are doing this process. But one thing that I want to mention is after they salted the chicken, they put the chicken together. That's why the first video when I show is a very clean because they use like hang to hang up the chicken. Then when they cut, they have a smoothly flow. But this process they do by manual. That means after they cut kill animal, they put back together two or three chicken inside the area. That means the blood will be mixed with others. These are not quite proper process, I think, for me, for my opinion. Yeah, sure.
Anyway, we have no time left
Okay.
again, brother here.
Okay.
Uh, so maybe we continue with the question and answer on the next episode. But
Okay.
can you still answer one question from Sister Aida?
Mm.
Aida, you have one quick question to answer.
Eh,
you,
well,
you
actually,
know, time
as
is
I
gold.
see it,
Yeah.
the layout and the procedure is
Mm.
the same, whether it is halal or not, except
Yeah.
for the initial part, that part of how do you kill the poultry or how do you kill the cow. That
Mm.
is the only difference.
Yeah.
Because at the end, all the waste should go to the wastewater treatment
Yeah.
before it goes to our sewer system. So it
Mm.
is the same. So maybe
Yes.
we can you Sir Bart as an influencer
Mm.
should talk to our metro mayors
Mm.
and then tell them that it has to be this way
Mm.
for both the Christians and the Muslims.
Mm.
Yeah,
And it's
but there's
going to be
another thing.
cleaner, 'di ba?
Yes. Clean.
And
It
there's
will
another
be
thing, sister. There should be no pork to avoid contamination. So it's a separate
yes, yes. It's
building.
a separate thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay. For my
almost the
opinion, when
same,
I check,
no pork, and the
mm,
way you cut the animal
yeah.
and draining of the blood, because
Uh,
some slaughterhouse they don't really drain the and they kill double kill. They do double kill. You know
Double
double
dead.
kill. Di ba,
I think
brother Fakir?
what I show in a video is the first video is a example the best factory that's
Yeah.
doing this. This is the best. I put and then what I want to mention is a manual. Even you do the manual for the small volume, I think mostly it's a small factory cannot enough to do all the requirement. That's why they're mostly not the same. The main point is how to cut, and then have to cut by Muslim.
Yes.
Number one, and then the process flow is. I think I want to mention more, but because when I research in the slaughterhouse in chicken in UK, also they are using some technology. They're using a system, same system. Even they are more advanced from us.
Yes.
But what
Yes.
we try to do is in advance we want to put as a halal. That means the main thing that I explained in an earlier stage, the requirement that our protocol, that one is a
Yeah.
Muslim settlement and halal checker. That is a very They are very competent. Mean that one not you just bring the people, even they're Muslim, but they don't know how to do the process. But for our management, how to manage is important because number one is what Aida concerns about the continental process, and then that mean how to do to clean up all the everything, and then to go to the water treatment something that yes is a must because it's under others department. It's a health department, it's a environmental department, but for even there is a same requirement also by our Islamic department to apply this halal, but they go to the others task. That's when they are followed by this requirement mainly for the Muslim. Okay, so what I try to do after this is to to build up a middle scale of Slaughterhouse. They are using a conveyor. So after I know
Okay.
And then hopefully this year, hopefully I target to start this we call it a smart slaughterhouse. Is direct from the farm. Our
Yes.
slaughterhouse inside, actually inside the farm. Inside, I mean they have a separate area, but even the resources are very quite near. And then to eliminate any die chicken during the delivery process. And then we also now develop a technology for the feed for animal. It's a halal. I mean, it's not mixed with others non ingredient that we do right now. We are start to collaborate with our local university. I think have the meeting last week, and hopefully this project we start in Sandakan Sabah. I think hopefully this year. Hopefully this year, and
Inshallah,
I want
inshallah.
to do inshallah I do also, and I think at the same time when I also involved in this halal chicken slaughterhouse, I think hopefully I can also help people in the Philippines also to set up this. Start from the small. That's
Yes.
why I should start from more. You know the potential, the risk, everything. So you invest for the bigger one, because I think in the world, in Malaysia also 80%, I can say 80% people eat chicken every day. Every day they are using this, because from this slaughterhouse, I will show you for the next episode maybe, and then we continue. It's the product, processed product using this chicken. I mean like burger, something like a nugget, how to do the nugget, but the process
Yeah.
is easy to understand, because mainly from the slaughterhouse that are included by halal. This chicken we go to the next process. Maybe they want to do in the halal chicken, they do in the restaurant, and then also for the product. I mean like right now I also plan to do the frozen food from this chicken. So hopefully next week
Okay.
we will do. But for today, my explanation is quite simple. But how to your understand is number one is how to maintain the cleanness. How to maintain the cleanness. How to maintain the chicken in freshness. Freshness, I mean
Yes.
to maintain. And then the easy way how
Just
to.
one more question.
Okay. Mm,
How do you maintain the smell?
mm.
The
This
clean smell, because
okay.
you're
Mm.
slaughtering chicken,
Mm.
you smell dead chicken.
Okay. That's
How
why.
do you
That's why.
maintain? Yeah.
How maintain? I mean, every single part of a bird. I mean, for chicken, you have to clean up. I mean, process using every time.
Wash.
Wash it. Every using the knife, every container, everything they have to tackle. But the easy way to tackle all this, you have to manage the disposal area, and then your worker can be easily to put all the waste inside the disposal area. That's the first thing, because my first what I'm study when I start is a very quite difficult to say, but it's not so clean, because our sometimes our staff is not follow our system. That's why I want to show the video that I mentioned, because uh, of course I think next week maybe we try, but hopefully in this episode you know that what is the requirement of this starter house. Thank you very much. Mhm.
Okay. So, any remarks
Okay.
from the for the
I
viewer
want to
viewer
I want to
before
ask
we go
again
to,
you. I want to ask
huh?
one question also. Okay.
Okay,
How many
you want to ask question?
because I
Yes.
want to know what is the status of the, I mean, a startup house in Philippines or in Manila. Because I checked with Facebook, and they have do this, but how many startup house in Philippines, like in Manila, that have halal already? Yeah, you
In
have
Metro Manila,
mm,
Brother Fakir, we don't have any single slaughterhouse in
mm,
Metro Manila for halal. But every
okay,
city, they have their own slaughterhouse. And
okay,
the category of slaughterhouse based on the Department of Agriculture, they have three.
Mhm.
One is we have triple A with double A and single A. Single A pertains to you can only supply the city. When you have double A, you can supply the
Mhm.
whole Philippines. When you have triple A, you can
Mhm.
export also.
Mhm. Okay.
That's the category of
Yeah.
slaughterhouse. But
Yes.
that's the sad part. We don't have any slaughterhouse, the halal certified in Metro Manila.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's why most
Okay.
of
I think.
our chicken are
Mm,
imported, even the
import.
beef from Argentina, Brazil, and New Zealand. But we
Mhm.
have Muslim people. They do their own slaughtering for
Mm.
personal consumption.
Yeah, yes. Personal. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's the normal thing. Okay.
In our town also, I mean in Sandakan also we have a nine slaughterhouse,
Uh,
but even they are not enough to supply. Still not enough to supply. They have still
yes.
using import from the overseas, like
Yeah.
European. So I think
So
it's quite
that's why there's a big
opportunity.
opportunity, brother
Yeah. Yes.
Alpakir.
Yes.
Especially your Sabah is very near to Palawan, and Palawan is a
Mm.
number one tourist destination. The
Mm.
governor are really interested to make Palawan a halal
Mm.
tourism hub. But the
Mhm.
problem, we don't have any slaughterhouse there. We don't
Mhm.
have any halal chicken certified,
Mhm.
halal beef that is
Yeah.
locally slaughtered. All we have to do is to import from international
Yeah.
supplier.
I think to
That's why
start.
there's
Another
no halal
question,
certified hotel.
another question, Sir Bart.
Yes.
Okay.
If we have the halal slaughterhouse, do we
Mm.
have to have halal chicken production or halal cow production?
Uh, for fresh, I mean, without any process, just supply the fresh
Before the
meat.
process, you have to,
The
you
chicken
have to
farm.
grow the chicken. You have to
Mm-hmm.
grow the
Oh
cow.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Does it have to be halal certified too?
Uh, until now, I don't have any issue on that farm. That the main is a slaughterhouse. Before
Yes.
is no need this
No need.
halal,
No
I
need.
but
Because
they
they
have to
can,
follow. Yes.
they have, brother Pakir, can I
Mm,
interject? In the
yes.
Philippines, I
Mm,
already asked the certifier and other expert on that. They told me that there is a, what they call that, you flushing, because they're feeding chicken and other
yes.
animals, not
Yes.
halal feeds.
Yes.
yeah.
But
Halal.
before they slaughter the chicken, there is a, they just give them water
Mm.
before they slaughter, so that they can flush all
Plus all
the
the.
Toxins.
uh, food they
Mm,
eat.
yes.
What they call that, they there's a word that they call it,
Yeah. That's why they have some time before you do the salter process.
uh,
Like that.
cleansing.
To
It's
clean
like
that.
cleansing.
Mhm.
So the
So that's
important
why.
thing is the way you slaughter it. Not on,
Yes.
they don't mind first the farm, that is, but the
Yes.
ideal farming method is it should be natural. You don't
Mm.
feed the chicken. That's why the best chicken that we can say that is also halal chicken farming is the natural farming, the Tagalog, not
Mm.
the tradition, not the modern time of feeding the chicken, feeding them with feeds, because
Mm.
sometimes feeds they have animal content
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. We
and
call it free
hormone,
range chicken or
free range
organic
chicken.
chicken. Yeah, free
Uh,
range chicken.
yes.
Mm. We also
Okay.
have
So
KBS. Mm.
maybe maybe you can have the closing remark na lang, brother Pakir, because we have no time.
Because we will be
Uh,
asking question
very quick,
again.
very quick.
Yeah, yeah. The question is good because we have to understand. That's why when
Yes.
we ask question, I mean, you are trying to understand what we are talking about today. So for today, actually this mostly talking about halal slaughterhouse. So what is the difference of this? So hopefully all of you understand about this. At least even we start from the even 100%, we start from the 10%. Understand that after that we continue to understand another point of like a
Yes.
process, like how to do. I will show sometime. But if you want to focus only for the satu, maybe we take what 2 or 3 days to give
Yes.
a description. Of course, even me,
Three
I have
episode.
4 days understand the halal. Even they are more training and focus on this slaughterhouse because this is very important. It's a starting, it's a main, it's the resources for all. Because I still remember when I in Japan, this is what I have a difficult thing to do my halal kitchen because the resources from the local halal chicken have to manage first. So hopefully after this, we can do more detail on this, like a layout, like a process. What Ida say now, I will explain again. But next week, maybe another topic. Thank you very much.
Sufran, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Salam.
Goodbye.
Bye
See
bye.
you next week again.